Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ziya. If you're a fellow and returning subscriber, thank you for your continued love and support. I appreciate you all for being here with me today. Sending you all lots of love as always. So today we are actually not doing a pick a card. We're doing a general collective reading for the spiritual collective, the ones that have been going through these ascension waves. So I had a prophetic dream, I don't know, probably a month, 2 months ago, something like that, of this ascension wave coming in 3 main waves, okay? So the first one we already passed. It was a lot of physical symptoms in the first one. Like, I got hit back to back to back with fucking colds and sicknesses and just not feeling good physically. This one is a lot of internal shit for me and the people that I know that are also going through this. We've all been experiencing a lot of internal turmoil with some physical symptoms. It's not to say that this one is not going to have any physical symptoms because it definitely will, depending on what you're putting in your body, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, right? What you're eating, how much water you're drinking, how well you're taking care of yourself. It could also be more harsh on your body, right? That just comes with the territory. So I just wanted to throw that out there and let you guys know, if you've been feeling emotionally, mentally, spiritually, maybe even a little physically fucked up right now, it's because we are currently in the midst of this second ascension wave, okay? So we're almost in the home stretch. Just hang in there, keep going. It's gonna get better, okay? I know it can feel like such a drag when you're going through it, but when we get on the other side of this, it's going to be freedom, celebrations, good times, okay? So just keep going, keep pushing, don't give up. Continue to try to distract yourself positively, right? Maybe start a workout routine, a yoga routine, a meditation routine. Maybe start doing something creative where you can channel this energy into something that is going to be a creative distraction. I don't know. Try to get yourself through the best you can is what I'm trying to say, okay? Don't fight it. Just flow as well as you can at this moment. I know it's going to be different for everybody, but we're about halfway through this second ascension. And I know that's not what you want to hear, but we're about halfway through. So just keep it pushing, baby. So let's see here. We're going to jump in with this deck first, and we are going to see what energies are we being fine-tuned to as a collective. And they wanted to use the word fine-tuned. And I was also feeling like, for those of you that are open to this, I don't want to scare nobody, obviously, but for those of you that are open to connecting with extraterrestrials and receiving downloads and messages and things like that, they are going to be getting in contact with you if they have not already. So just, be aware. Nothing to be afraid of. These are not any entities that are trying to scare you, no energies that are trying to scare you. They just got some data, some downloads for you. So let's see, what energies are we being fine-tuned to as a collective? Please and thank you, Spirit. Wow, that was a lot. I actually did not want that many, but we'll take a look. Yeah, okay, so we literally got fear and anxiety that came out in reverse. We got protection. We got, hold on, which way? Yeah, that's what I thought. Sadness. And we also got magic. And we also got caution on the bottom. Intuition. So, as a collective, we are being fine-tuned to this frequency right here, magic, right? But in order to tap more into our magic, we have to let go of these fears, anxieties, the sadness, pain, any pent up energy or emotions, anything that we have been harboring within our being. We have to find a way to let it go. And with this protection card being in reverse, weirdly enough, I'm getting more of like coping mechanisms with this, especially with these cards right here. This is making me feel like old coping mechanisms are things that we used to do to self-soothe or make us feel comfortable or protected is not necessarily going to work, right? You're being urged to really step out of your comfort zone and try some new things and really explore some of the avenues that your soul is guiding you to do, because there's something that I feel like you're going to feel triggered by, and you're going to want to try to go back to something that used to work for you, and it's not going to do it for you anymore because you have already worked through so much. The energy that you were in before, this was okay because, you know, this was vibrating at a higher frequency, even if it was just a little bit of a higher frequency. So it felt safe, it felt comfortable. Now you're vibrating higher than that old coping mechanism. And so that's why it's not going to work, because it's like trying to go backwards. Spirit's like, no, no, not that way. We got to keep pushing forward. We got to keep going. If something's not working, then it's time to find something new. It's time to find a new avenue, right? A new way of doing things. With this caution card being here, some of you guys are being called to like be a little bit more gentle with yourself. I feel like you don't have to push yourself to do nothing major or huge right now. For instance, say, can I have a good example, Spirit? I was going to give you guys an example, and then I was like, I don't even know what to use as an example. For instance, you used to maybe go smoke weed, right, when you felt anxious. Now when you smoke weed, it makes you even more anxious, and you keep like beating up on yourself, like making yourself feel bad for feeling anxiety or for something not working for you anymore. And instead of doing that, Spirit's like, just be gentle with yourself. It doesn't work for everybody. What works for somebody else might not work for you, okay? Like, just like what works for you might not work for somebody else, and that's okay, mate. Like, maybe your thing now is meditation. Like, when you feel anxious, you go do some breath work or something instead of smoking weed. Like, instead of beating up on yourself. And I just feel like there's just this message of just be gentle. Just be gentle with yourself. That was not a great example, but you know what? It was a fucking example. I think you guys get the idea. Just be gentle with yourself. Don't need to put yourself down. You're already dealing with a lot. You're already releasing a lot. So allow this to happen and just be as kind to yourself as you possibly can be. Move with caution. You don't have to take any big steps or leaps or anything like that, right? You're just being called to baby steps in a new direction, or in forming a new routine or coping mechanism, a way of self-soothing, right? Maybe you used to drink when you would get overwhelmed. Now, when you drink when you feel overwhelmed, it just causes those feelings to enhance. Maybe now you're being called to drink some tea instead, right? Like, it could be something subtle but big at the same time, you know? I don't know. There's a message there. Don't mind me, because I don't know what the hell Mercury retrograde brought in for me, but I have not been able to come up with good examples for shit as of recently. So you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. We're still going to get this message out today. But I do feel like this is a feeling of going back and reclaiming your power and replacing those heavy, burdensome feelings that you've been harboring for who knows how long. Some of you, your entire life, right? So it's going to take time. But it's like replacing those with something that makes you feel empowered, makes you feel strong, makes you feel good, right? Like actually feel good, not a distorted thought of this is what good feels like. Sometimes I feel like, for me personally, I'll use my own life as an example. For me personally, like I used to smoke weed and think that that made me feel great. But it honestly made me just feel better than what I was feeling before. You know what I mean? Because what I was feeling before wasn't anything good. And in a way, I was using that as a coping mechanism. So I stopped smoking. And now that I'm sober, I'm like, no, now I feel great. Like that was a distorted way of me looking at something that, how do I say this? That was a distorted way of me viewing. It was like a distorted perception, right? Happiness and feeling good. Because now I've actually like felt good when I was sober, and I've actually experienced genuine happiness while being sober. And I'm like, that was never really me happy. I just felt better than what I was feeling prior to. Sheesh, I don't know why I cannot fucking talk. Ooh, okay, we got synergy. I love that. What energy are we being fine-tuned to? We got synergy, we got divine masculine. So this is card 22 for the divine masculine. It says the frequency of divine masculine supports our strong, focused, and active side, allowing it to express itself while helping us to bring our dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. Oh my goodness. With kindness. That is the key word there. Do not be hard on yourself. You don't have to put yourself in overdrive, burn yourself out, and fucking beat up on yourself when something doesn't get done. Do it with grace, right? The twos are making me think of like duality and balance. And 22 is actually a master number. So this is you learning how to master that gentle masculine energy. Because the divine masculine, he is gentle. I say he, I'm sorry. We're not just talking about like a certain gender. We're just talking about a frequency or an energy, right? Energy is fluent over here. That's what we read as energy. But the divine masculine is something that is gentle, compassionate, caring, but can get shit done. He's going to get the shit done. And I'm going to keep saying that, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyways, toxic masculinity is what makes us feel like we gotta go. We gotta do. We're not allowed to have a break. We're not allowed to rest. We gotta keep pushing. No, that's toxic as fuck for our being. We start to feel stressed out. We start to feel overwhelmed. At the end of the day, we need rest. We need balance, okay? So this is you learning to master this and really incorporate this into your life, your everyday, right? And we got synergy. A lot of you guys could also be like going through throat chakra activation, like really following your purpose or gaining some sort of realization or epiphany about what your purpose is or what you're meant to do with your energy or what you're being called to do with your energy right now. Listen to that, okay? Because you know best at the end of the day. That was another message that was coming through with all that blue right there. We got synergy. It says the frequency of synergy supports our allowance and acceptance of not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that new yet exciting co-creations can give birth to a new reality. And we got 41 up here, which reduces down to 5. 5 is all about change through obstacles, evolution. This is growth. This is creativity, okay? 5 is also linked to the Hierophant. So there's something within our traditional belief systems that is shifting, that is changing, that is harmonizing. Some of us could be being called to bring like their own little twist into something that is more traditional or organized, right? So you're coming in and shaking things up. And this is creating something new in this physical reality that is needed right now. So really listen to your intuition. Listen to where spirit and your soul, your heart is guiding you to go. With this magic card here, this is crown and third eye chakra energy right here. So You know, really follow your intuition right now. And if you feel like your intuition is clouded, give it time, because things will become clear. Okay? Things are harmonizing, alchemizing, balancing out within your energy, all of your energy centers. So if you feel like there's any stagnancy in any area in your energy, that is why, because right now you're going through that process. And it takes time. Like I said, it's not going to be an overnight thing, especially if some of the shit that you're working through has been deep rooted and been with you for a long time. Like I'm talking years and years, right? It's going to take time. And that's why in that divine masculine card, it says, helping us to bring our dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom, okay? So be kind to yourself. I cannot stress that to you enough, because I feel like some of us have a tendency when we're struggling to just put ourselves down. It's like we kick ourselves when we're already down, you know what I mean? And that just makes it even harder for you to want to get back up and keep trying. But, you know, having a little bit of grace and gentleness with yourself is what you're being called to do right now. And I just feel like this message of like change can be difficult, right? It can be challenging, but it can also be very liberating. And we wouldn't know unless we allow ourselves to go through the change, right? So really just try to redirect this energy, this focus into something that is going to be more beneficial for you guys, instead of focusing so much on everything that is changing. And oh my gosh, I feel like everything's so chaotic and out of control, because there's divine order within all the chaos at the end of the day, okay? So like, even if we can't see that yet, we will. That's what I'm saying. Like, things will become clear to you. So just hang in there. What energy are we being fine-tuned to as a collective? Thank you. We got Temple of Truth. Wow, see, throat chakra. It says throat chakra, authenticity, and self-expression. Some of us are stepping into our authenticity, and we're learning how to express ourselves in a way that is healthy, that feels good, right? That's why the old coping mechanisms just are not going to work for you anymore, because that's not authentic to who you are. That's not your truth, and that's not the way that your soul is calling you to express yourself anymore, right? At one point maybe, right? But now the energy that we're stepping into, the direction that we're moving towards, right? Our purpose, this is not aligned. So it's time to like let go a little bit more, you know what I mean? The toxic masculinity will hold on so tightly, it will cling, it will suffocate. It's time to figure out how we can loosen our grip a little bit, even if it's just a little bit at a time, right? Just a little bit at a time. And then eventually our hand will be open. We will be open to receiving. And that is where Spirit is trying to get you at this point, is to be open to receiving. There's something more on the other side of all of this for every last one of you that are here, okay? Even the ones that couldn't make it to this reading, they got something coming for them too. And it's going to be very beautiful. We got synergy here, right? So we got Akashic Stargate. It says aligned with purpose, crossroads, no wrong path. Yes. I cannot, because I was just talking about it. When I tell you Spirit is here channeling, I can feel them so strongly within my soul. Some of you guys could be at like a crossroads as far as like what path do you take? What move do you make? And Spirit says there is no wrong path. No matter what path you decide to choose, it will bring you happiness. It will bring you success. It will bring you fulfillment. It will bring you freedom. It's just when that comes about is going to be at different times, depending on the path that you choose. There's going to be some paths that you choose that are going to have more resistance, but it doesn't mean it's the wrong path, right? You're just going to have more lessons to learn. Maybe more karma to burn, you know, but it doesn't mean that it's the wrong path. You were being guided and led to it for a reason. There's some sort of evolution and growth that is meant to happen. So really trust right? Regardless, you're aligned with your purpose. Regardless, you are moving in the right direction. And sometimes we just got to learn how to trust ourselves, trust our intuition, trust our soul, trust spirit, and allow them to work their magic in our life, right? You guys, I love this coming out right here because, okay, so I had did this reading prior to, and something told me to like delete it and restart, so I did. But the heart chakra, or actually it was the love card came out, and I was talking about the higher heart chakra, and it didn't come out again, but it came out in this deck, and it says higher heart chakra activation. And it says, dropping shields, divine love, your heart is healed. So you guys are moving in a very healed energy. This is the energy that you guys are being attuned to, is the love frequency, right? This is one of the most highest vibrational energies that we can attune ourselves to and that we can move through. This is unconditional, okay? This is giving divine feminine energy as well, which is funny because we have the divine masculine that was on this on the bottom of this deck, and then we got divine feminine energy kind of coming through, and we are talking about balance. So you guys are moving in a very healed, harmonious energy. This is what you're being fine-tuned to, right? Some of you guys are like, no, I'm not doing that right now. You might be in this energy right here: depression, anxiety, fear, doubt, insecurities, intrusive thoughts, things like that, right? But this is the energy that you're releasing in order to allow more of this to come through, okay? So with this dropping your shields, and we got protection in reverse, some of you guys are stepping out of that fight or flight or freeze. It's fight, flight, or freeze. Okay, so you guys are stepping out of that energy, and you guys are just allowing yourself to be free, to express yourself the way that you're meant to be, expressing yourself the way that you're meant to. The word is gone, but you guys are really stepping into your authenticity, like that card said, the temple of truth. You guys are stepping into your own truth. You guys are stepping into your heart-centered truth, right? So let's see. What are we being called to do with this energy right now? Let's take a look and see. What are we meant to do? The energy being sent to. What are we meant to do with this energy? What are we being called to do with this energy, Spirit? Whoa. We got Dream Thief. It says refusal of the call. And this was in reverse, and this is card 13. So I feel like what you're being called to do right now is to answer the call, your soul's call, right? And 13 reminds me of the Death card in Tarot. So there is a major transformation that is happening here that is bringing you closer to your purpose, like, I can't stop saying that. I feel like I've said your purpose so many times. Your purpose, your truth, your soul's truth. Like, you are really, you're really waking up, answering the call initially. That's, I don't know why, but after that little interruption happened, it kind of fucked up my flow, and I'm a little pissed because I was flowing. So we got Jeweled Web, and we got 32 here, which reduces down to 5 again. So yeah, 5s are significant for us right now. I've been seeing a lot of 5s, 555, 55, just the number 5. A lot lately, but it says Jeweled Web, and it says connectivity. Some of you guys are being called to, I'm feeling like, expand your horizons. Some of you could be also being called to, like, have a social media platform or like build your social media platform. This could be expanding for you guys. Could be reaching new places in the world, connecting with new audience or something. There's something about that. Or maybe you, not even just on social media, right? But this is just giving social media vibes for some reason. You could just be doing this in the physical world, right? Like maybe you're a public speaker or a motivational speaker, or maybe you just do art and your art is reaching new audiences. People are being drawn to you. There's like this increase in your platform or your presence, whether that's a social media presence, your public presence, the way that other people are starting to perceive you. There's like this enhancement that's happening. People are starting to notice you more. You're starting to get more recognition. You could be having business contracts, trying to reach out to you, work with you, connect with you, right? I am picking that up very heavily. And it's going to be up to you guys to like weed out the ones that you feel like are not going to be for your highest good or that don't have your best interest at heart. But at the end of the day, there are going to be some really good opportunities for you to connect with some really powerful people, or just some really positive and uplifting people that are going to give you that little boost that you need in order to keep going, okay? To keep flowing. We all need it sometimes. Well, we don't necessarily need it, but it's nice, right? We don't need it, but it's nice. Getting that reassurance or that the positive words of affirmation being spoken to you, that is just, it's nice. Not even just an ego boost. It just makes you feel seen and appreciated, and the work that you're doing feels like it's for a reason. You know what I mean? Like me doing these readings and stuff, when I do touch somebody's heart, or somebody says that I helped them a lot with my words, like that makes me feel good. Like I'm glad that I can help somebody, that I can bring that clarity, that love to them. You never know what somebody's going through, right? We got 54 with the crossing, and it says initiation, and this reduces down to 9, which is giving hermit card energy. So this is a solo journey for the moment, right? But I don't feel like this is going to be forever, because we got the jeweled web with connectivity, and I do feel like also I'm picking up a message of like soul tribe with this card right here. So there is, look, we even got Skybridge with possibility for union. There is possibility for union with soul tribe family members, with even a lover, right? If you're single, or even if you are in a relationship, like this could just be like a increased passion and love for each other around this time, right? Just because like you're clearing out the skeletons in the closet, you're allowing more of that energy to come into your existing connections or relationships. So it's going to be booming. Shit is going to be blossoming with this initiation card. I do want to pull the book on this, because I do like the message that comes with this card, but this is definitely, oh, and I dropped it. Give me a second, y'all. This is, we're just going to pull the book. I can't even think of how I want to say that, so I'm not even going to try. We're just going to pull the book. Says the crossing, says rite of passage, initiation. You have come to stand on one side of a river. The opposite bank leads into the darkness of the eternal cave, where the old dies and then is born again. This is the place where time is forgotten and the seasons cease their dance and stand still, as if in a temporary repose. You must cross the river now, honoring and respecting this transition, for it is time to say goodbye to your old ways of navigating your world. Don't be afraid. You've come to the edge of the river because you are ready. You're ready to let go of what doesn't serve you and all the ways in which you kept yourself from truly living. Intimacy requires vulnerability and truth. Can you strip away the masks and the barriers of false strength to discover what you're really made of? Oh, I want to cry. Step in the boat waiting for you. Let it carry you into the cave where the shadows are waiting to be illuminated so you can be born again into the world without denial or artificial making. The crossing is a beautiful, powerful act of the highest love. Ooh, we got the higher heart chakra here too. Yeah, look, we've already been talking about this. So like this is just what you're being called to do is to cross over to the other side. Allow this boat, aka spirit, to help you illuminate these shadows, to strip away, what did it say? The false mask of, or what did it say? The mask of false belief and strength or something like that. That shit hit hard for me. I don't know about y'all, but that shit hit hard as fuck for me. So yeah, old ways are falling away, whether we like it or not. We can resist the change, right? We can refuse the call and keep the mask on like this little monkey. Or we can say, fuck this. Let's see what we're really made of. This wasn't us, okay? And look, we got heart home with compassion. And we've been talking about that too, like having more compassion for yourself. This is a major transition and transformation for you guys. This ascension wave is bringing in some really powerful change. Whether you choose to allow it to flow or resist it, because it's hard to be vulnerable sometimes, you know, I get it. But at the end of the day, what's waiting for you, and I just seen 11:11 on the clock, what is waiting for you at the end of all of this is freedom. Freedom. Like, don't you want to be free? Not just physically free, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually free, which allows you to be physically free. Don't you want to be free? I do. And this 47 reduces down to 11, right? We just seen 11:11, which can talk about doorways, right? Portals. Ooh, I'm hearing that. Life's what you make it, so let's make it rock. Let's make it rock. Yeah, some portals, some doorways are opening for you guys. Opportunities for major, major growth, freedom, liberation, beyond your wildest fucking dreams, okay? Nothing that you could have ever imagined. Oh, I love this. Let's see. What message does the universe have for us? What message does the universe have for us? For us. Life's what you make it, so let's make it rock. What message does the universe want us to know right now? Ooh. That is so funny. Because this was... oh, I didn't even know this came out. Okay. We got Earth Angel on the bottom. It says, I am a guardian of Mother Earth and protect all who live on her. Okay. We got the Earth Angels coming through. Y'all could be an Earth Angel. And if you felt like that was true, and then that was just a confirmation for you. Like, you're right. If you feel like you've been guided towards helping the planet, speaking for the animals, the trees, the creatures that cannot necessarily, speak up for themselves, it's because you're an Earth Angel, my babe. My babe. We got Nurturing Heart, and it says Mother on there, and it's 19, which is linked to the Sun card. Freedom. I just keep being freedom. Freedom. I cannot. It says, I am a protective spirit and reach out to all life with love and compassion. So 2 protective spirits that just done came through. You feel me? Like, you guys are very protected. It might not necessarily feel like it at the moment because you're vulnerable. And for some of you, that could be uncharted territory for you, right? To be vulnerable like that. Oh, I feel you. I feel you. Because as much as I want to be vulnerable, and I did just see 1414 on the clock, which is making me think of the Temperance card, which is just be patient, while you're alchemizing and like going through this process, you know what I mean? You're also very guided and protected. Angels are helping you. We got 2 protective spirits that are coming through with this earth angel, and then we got a nurturing heart with the mother. So some of you guys could also be doing some inner child healing. I feel like I'm jumping around right now. There's a lot that's coming through. I apologize. But you guys are being very protected. You guys are like being held very closely in spirit, the universe's arms right now while you go through this transformation and this transition. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. That is one of the most beautiful things that we can do for ourselves, is allow ourselves to feel that deeply. You know, especially when you've went through most of your life in that fight, flight, or freeze, right? You've never really allowed yourself to be vulnerable, because when you did, you had to defend yourself, or you had to run away, or you had to protect yourself. Now Spirit is like, I'm protecting you. Put the shield down, okay? Open your heart. Open your heart to me. Let me love you. Back to health. Okay? We got nature spirits. It says, I respect all of nature's elemental beings and help preserve life on earth. Okay, spirit, the universe is like, take care of the planet, okay? Some of y'all are being called to like really speak your truth, and I feel like it's got a lot to do with helping creatures or the planet, or I don't know, there's something about that. There's a very humanitarian type of energy about it. And Spirit's like, speak up. You know, you got to speak your truth at the end of the day. Your truth matters. What you stand for matters. And if you don't stand for nothing, you'll fall for everything, okay? So stand for something, baby, whatever that is. Even if it's not just like, oh, I'm going to help the planet. I want to help people. I want to help animals or whatever, okay? Whatever you stand for, Spirit's like, speak up, stand up for that. And you got so much help and assistance from the elementals, from Spirit, from these protective guardians. There's no way that you can fail. There's no way that you're going to fall, okay? That's all in your head. And we did have the Akashic Stargate here too. And it said there is no wrong path. So, you know, really trust. We got the water elemental. I love this. It says, I allow my body, mind, and spirit to flow intuitively through the changes in life. Yeah, Spirit says, don't resist. And I feel like the more you tap into the energy of like joy and like your inner child, do you know how free a child is? Child just fucking does whatever they want. I swear to gosh. They just do as they fucking please. And I feel like that's the energy Spirit is like telling you to tap into, is like your healed inner child, right? Some of us got a very wounded inner child that we've been tapping into and living through for so long. And now Spirit's like, you've done enough healing around these areas. Now it's time to stop trying to live through that wounded perception. You know what I mean? It's time to free ourselves and actually live in that energy for a little bit, bask in that energy. Find things that bring you joy, whether that's jumping on a trampoline or picking a dandelion, or maybe, I don't know why this just popped into my head. When I was younger, I used to go outside and like eat little clovers off the ground. Like doing things like that, or like writing on the sidewalk with chalk, or blowing bubbles, or just whatever, like things that you see kids do. It's the simplest thing, but it brings so much joy, you know what I mean? Really tapping into that will help you get into that state of flow and just allow you to kind of go with the changes right now. Have like little positive distractions, you know. It's not like we're trying to escape or run away. We're shifting and redirecting our energy. There's a difference, okay? There's a difference. We got Crystal Ascension, and it says, I am attuned to the universal wisdom and energy of the Crystal Kingdom. Lordy, lordy. You guys are tapping into your crystalline blueprint, I feel like, in this ascension. That's why you're being called to let go of so much and to free yourself from so much and to find new ways of self-soothing and things like that, is because this ascension is going to be one of your most powerful ones. And I feel like that's why it's coming in 3 waves, because if they gave it to us all at once, that would have been too much. We would literally probably feel like we were dying. I'm sure there's parts in this ascension and in the past one when we were all feeling physically sick, or, you know, there's probably times where you feel like you are dying. Like, oh my God, this is too much. Like, I can't deal with this. Or maybe you feel like you want to. But listen, Spirit is here to tell you that you are being attuned to your crystalline blueprint. You're freeing your soul. You're what's the word I'm looking for? I keep hearing regenerate, but that's not the word I'm looking for. You're regenerating your cells. You're reconstructing your blueprint, okay? Yes, I almost wanted to call you pile 2 for some reason, and this is not even a fucking reading that I'm doing piles in, so I don't know why the hell. See, that 2 number, 2s could also be significant. You're on the right path. Alignment, balance, duality, right? Let's see, what message does the universe have for us? What message does the universe want us to know right now? We got life path 4. We got unconscious. This is not awake, unaware of self, prefer familiarity of unconsciousness, asleep but think you're awake. I feel like this is the energy that we're currently breaking free from, right? We thought for so long that we were aware, that we were awake, and this whole time it was just another realm of unconsciousness. And that's why there's so many things like limiting beliefs, programmings, self-sabotage. There's so much of this fear and anxiety and sadness here because this is within our unconscious mind, our subconscious mind, right? So we're diving deeper into that in order to break it open, to allow more light to come in, to wake up more to our truth, to understand, right? All right. So we got life path 4. It says practical, hardworking, dependable. You're not. You're the worker bee of business, and it says prefer steady, long-lasting relationships. 4 is all about stability, y'all. 4 is about stability. It's about authority, right? We take control. We put the work in, and we create these foundations, and we stabilize these foundations. This could be big for a lot of us. I know for me personally, stability is big for me. When I feel like my stability is being fucked with, that's when everything for me starts to kind of spiral. So it could kind of feel like that for you guys because what you had known as stability, right, is not. It was part of your stability in your old frequency, but now that you're being reborn, there's a new version of stability that is coming for you guys, but we can't see it yet because right now everything is just crumbling and we feel like we're just trapped in the rubble. But we're not, okay? We actually are being given the opportunity to create a better foundation and healthier habits, hobbies, thoughts, programs, things like that, right? So just find a way to kind of pick yourself up out of the rubble so that way you can reevaluate it from a different perspective. It's really easy to focus on the negatives when we're really in our situation, but as soon as we take ourselves out of our situation, we can start to see things differently, right? I feel like Spirit's asking you to try to shift your perspective in whatever way you can. We got mature soul. It says embracing otherness. Lessons are empathy and self-awareness. Traits, introspective, inquisitive, and sensitive. This is given hermit card energy again. This is a great time for introspection, to have empathy, not just for other people, but for yourself, while you become aware of these false or limiting beliefs, these masks that you've been wearing, this, what did that book say? False strength or something like that. Like, that you've been putting on, trying to make everybody seem like, yeah, I'm good, I'm okay, when really, like, on the inside, you've been struggling, you know? Like, you just try to be strong for everybody, and letting that down does not mean that you're not strong. It actually takes a stronger person to do that. Most people run away, where you're being called to, like, really just crack yourself open and just, like, be vulnerable. And it's a scary thing, but it's going to be a very beautiful thing that is also going to help you evolve past those things that you felt like you just had to pretend to be strong about. Like, you'll really just feel like that shit cannot shake you anymore. You know what I mean? We got Spirit Baby. This is lessons you learn from your child. A child meant to do great things. You will become a parent in this life. So the universe is telling some of you guys here that you are meant to be a parent, or if you are a parent, your child is meant to do great things, and they're going to learn a lot from you. You know, like, you're setting the example. And some of you guys, that could be like a worry about what example you're setting, but I'm here to tell you you're doing a great job, first of all. Don't let parental guilt, you know, try to tell you otherwise, or depression or anxiety try to tell you otherwise, because you are a great parent, okay? Some of you, this is talking about being your own parent for your own child, like your inner child, right? And you're going to learn from your own example. Maybe you didn't have the best parents or guardians to set a good example for you, so you're doing that for yourself. And in doing that, you're going to unlock, like, abilities, gifts. You're going to unlock potential. You're going to really see that you can really do great things in this life. You know, some of the greatest inventions, some of the greatest ideas come from the most overlooked people, or the most people that are, like, you know, called crazy or shamed or outcasted. You know, it comes from those people. Some of the most successful people in this world don't have support. That's just what it comes down to. Don't let that break you or deteriorate, like, your worth or what you think you can do in this world. Instead, allow that to build you up and be your fuel. Okay, watch this. It doesn't even have to necessarily be a revenge thing, but everybody be sleeping on me. Like, I'm not going to sleep on me. Like, I know what I'm meant to do. I know who the fuck I am. You know what I mean? You don't know me. How can you say, you know, I'm not meant for greatness or something? You don't fucking know me. We got Teenage Soul. It says exercising free will in life. It says lessons are exploring, expressing, and liberty. We got traits are ego, ambitious, and innovative. See, I'm telling you, I keep picking up, like, humanitarian vibes, like Aquarius energy. Doesn't mean that you have to be an Aquarius or anything like that. It's just the energy. Like, you guys could be tapping into Aquarius energy. We are in the age of Aquarius, right? So you guys could be innovating your own life, or bringing innovative ideas to, like I said, traditional things that are already created, things that are more organized, that have rules and regulations and things like that. You guys are, like, coming in and innovating, tweaking things, and creating something new with that synergy card, something that's never been seen before, never been heard of before. And this is exactly what the doctor ordered, okay? That's what I just heard. But yeah, keep exercising your free will. Keep pushing your boundaries and your limitations, because you're meant to live a world without any limits, okay? You have limitless potential to do so many beautiful and great things in this life. Keep exercising that. And watch how far you go. We got failing mission. It's a struggle to find purpose in life. Mission feels impossible to complete, not living to your full potential. And I was picking this up earlier. with you guys. some of you guys could be feeling like you're stuck in this cycle of not being able to like tap into your potential. Like, I know I got more potential to do something better with my life right now, but I just can't get myself to I can't pull myself together to do this at the moment. And that's okay. Continue to work through them thoughts, because it's nothing but a limitation that your mind has put on you. Your ego, right? We got ego. It says traits, ego, that your ego has put on you to try to keep you safe, even though, it might not make sense, like saying it out loud, but to your ego, it does make sense. It makes sense to stay in this energy because this is what we know. This is what we're used to. What if we change so much that we don't recognize who we are? What if we change so much that something leaves us? Or, there could be attachments to things. This is like learning to detach. I feel like once you detach from these thoughts or the outcomes or expectations, that's when you finally free yourself and allow yourself to experience life to the fullest, right? But detaching takes time. Like, it's not something that everybody can just do like that. Like, it takes a lot of practice. It's like exercising a muscle, right? So now we are going to get some final messages, guidance, and advice. Me using my Cosmic Tarot deck. Final messages and advice. Final messages and guidance. Look, we literally got the Tower, y'all. Like, and we were talking about foundations crumbling and falling. Yeah. Spirit says it's happening. It's out of your control, And then look, we got the Eye of Horus on there. Right up there. This is to bring enlightenment and wisdom. So there's something within your perception. I feel like a lot of this Tower energy is internal. It's an internal foundation or perception, belief. Maybe it's all the above, right? That is falling. And I just started hearing, I set fire. So just that one part, I set fire. So it's like you're setting fire to these things. You're transmuting them, right? Turning them into something else. We got the Eight of Swords. Yeah, see, Tower with the Eight of Swords. These literally came out together. So these are internal things. This is something within the mind that is falling. It's crumbling right now. So it could feel a little chaotic while it's going through that process of, falling. It can feel especially scary to the ego, because this is uncharted territory for you guys, especially if you felt trapped by your own mind for so long, your negative thoughts and beliefs, intrusive thoughts, PTSD, anxiety, whatever it is, right? Maybe it's all the above. You guys have felt bound to these things for so long, and Spirit's like, I'm going to come in and work my magic. Like, I feel like right now you really got to let Spirit do their thing. You got to let them work the way that they're meant to, the way that they're trying to right now, because at the end of all this, you're going to feel like you, right? This energy that you've been trapped in or bound to is not you. And that's why you've always felt so like there was something missing, right? Or there's more. Like you're not tapping into your full potential. And it's because you're listening to these thoughts and you're thinking they're you. You're thinking that's you because they've been there for so long. It sounds like you, feels like you, but it ain't you. And you know this at your soul. Look, devil in reverse. You know this at your soul that this is not who you are. Your intuition tells you every fucking day that that's not you. But the ego in the mind are so powerful. It is so hard to just ignore those things sometimes, or to just act like it's not happening. But I'm here to tell you right now that this is not you, and that's why that shit is falling. And it might feel really chaotic, okay? But things are about to turn in your favor. You're transmuting all that into good fortune, great health, wealth, abundance, prosperity, love, right? You guys are transmuting all of that into the opposite. So say, for instance, you got anxiety. You've been struggling with your anxiety. You're transmuting that into excitement. You're feeling passionate and driven again, right? Say you've been dealing with depression. You're transmuting that into freedom, into success, into happiness and love. Like, there's so many things that are happening inside right now, and it's really about letting the divine do their thing. This is all divine order, especially with the wheel here and the tower here. This is in divine order. So there is order within the chaos. There is a card in one of my other decks. It's my Guardian Angels Oracle, that talks about seeing the divine order in the chaos. And I feel like right now that's why Spirit keeps telling you to take yourself out of your situation, because you're going to see that things are happening differently than what you're seeing them from your current perspective. You know, this is like a big perspective shift for you guys. We got the Nine of Wands in reverse. So I can definitely tell that this collective that I'm tapping into, especially, I relate very heavily. And I keep being drawn to the Scorpio sign. So I'm telling you, there could be some things in your Scorpio or Scorpionic or Pluto, like transits that are happening, 8th house transitions or transits that are happening in your chart right now. I'm not super huge into that, but that keeps coming up for me. And then I keep being drawn back to the Scorpio astrological sign. So yeah, definitely check it out, see what's going on, see where Scorpio lies in your chart, see what transits are happening for you right now. There could be more information for you there. Maybe that'll shed a little bit more light on the shadow, right? You know, we seen that earlier too with the initiation card. I can tell that you guys have been in this energy of just feeling wounded, feeling like really guarded, feeling tired, drained, right? Maybe not having the energy to keep pushing, but this is all going to turn around for you. And if you look at this card right here, in the middle, the staff has the little snake going up it. And this is reminding me of the staff of Asclepius, which Asclepius is the god of medicine and healing. So you guys are receiving major healing. The medicine of the soul is what I just heard. So from gods and goddesses, deities, elementals, guardians, you know, you guys have so many guides that are working with you right now, bringing you healing, trying to help restore your peace and replenish you when you're feeling depleted. I think you guys need to be a little bit more gentle on yourself, though. You know what I mean? It's time to let the walls down. Don't let your pride get in the way. Don't let your ego dictate or determine what you're going to do. Try to tap into your higher self with this High Priestess card here and listen to what your intuition is really guiding you to do right now. Because your intuition is trying to bring you to freedom, right? Yes. And with the Two of Wands being here, like we did see that crossroads earlier. Some of you guys are at like a crossroads right now as far as like what to do, like where your purpose is guiding you to go, especially with it falling right over the failed mission or failing mission card, where your purpose is guiding you to go. And that's another reason why you're being asked to step outside of your situation, so that way you can gain clarity. So, you know, while you make a decision, don't force yourself or rush yourself or push yourself. Don't put a bunch of pressure on yourself at the moment, because these are big decisions, you know. They're not to be treated like, should I spend this $20 today on this fucking, I don't know, like case of water. I don't know why I cannot come up with good examples, right? Or should I just, you know, wait till my next check? Like, it's not like a little decision like that. Like, these are like big life decisions. I don't know, and they should be treated as such. Don't listen to my last example. That was horrible. That was a horrible example. So, let's see. Can we get some fucking final guidance for the collective real quick? And then I'm going to pull an advice card from this little starseed oracle. It's like a baby starseed oracle. I don't even know where the fucking box is, but whatever. They're these cards. Can we get final guidance? Oh my God, the Tower again. Queen of Swords. This is about using your logical mind in that clarity that the divine is trying to bring to you to cut away anything that is not serving you, okay? If it don't make sense, then maybe it's time to let it go. You know, like if you're, for instance, you're holding on to a fucking piece of clothing in your closet that you haven't worn in 6 years and you probably don't fit it anymore, but you're still holding on to it. That don't make sense. Let it go. You know what I mean? You can replace it. There will be another shirt that you can replace that shirt with. Like that will probably fit you and you might actually wear. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But I do see you guys releasing these self-sabotaging, defeating types of thoughts or limitations, right? And we got the Tower again. Yeah. Look, Tower card coming out heavy today, okay? The divine is not playing with y'all. They said, we're gonna help you, okay? We see you've been struggling. You've been trying to do this yourself, and you're at the standstill. You've hit like a brick wall, a roadblock, and they're coming in to remove the roadblock, you know, which can feel a little scary sometimes, but Spirit is telling you to just really step into your power and know who you are and move with passion. You know what I mean? Move with that fire that you have within. And he can be somebody who's like non-committal. So I feel like don't commit yourself to anything that you feel like you don't have the energy for. There's another message about that. Like if you feel like you don't have the energy for it, don't commit to things right now, because right now you're using a lot of your energy to clear out this old energy, right? So, you know, don't be committing yourself to a bunch of projects or fucking future plans and shit like that you feel like you might not have the energy for. Maybe you feel like you do in the moment when you say yes, but then if like it starts to get closer to the day and you're like, man, I really don't want to do this. You do not have to, okay? Like just because you say yes, if somebody gets mad about it, oh well, like what do you do, right? We got the Knight of Wands in reverse, and we also got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So there's also a message here about being a little bit more cautious with the seeds that you're planting, the energy that you're putting out there, right? And we do got the Caution card that did come out on the bottom of that deck. Be a little bit more cautious with where you're expending your energy or the seeds that you're planting. Make sure that they're ones that are going to be fruitful with actual like sweetness, fruit, right? Instead of things that are going to be more like just thorns and, I don't know, poisonous plants that you cannot eat, but you're going to try to consume because they look good. You know what I mean? Like, it looks good in the moment, but then when you eat it, like, it's gonna fucking cause you to be ill. Like, I don't know why I'm coming up with horrible examples today, you guys. Don't mind me, okay? I feel like a ditz right now, but you know what? Y'all get the fucking gist, right? Just make sure that the seeds that you're planting are not just like weeds and they're actually like fruit, you know? Things that you'll be able to benefit from instead of investing into something that could possibly destroy your entire garden, you know? Take advantage of the opportunities. And if you feel like you don't have the energy, like I said, don't commit yourself. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Final advice. I thought another card flipped over, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Okay. We got inner alchemy. Inner alchemy is achieved when you react to fear with love. Ooh, yes. And we got fear. Transmute that shit with love, y'all. We got release. It says, release anything that keeps you from your path of authenticity. I love it. I love it. I don't even need to like elaborate on that. It says, magnificent. You are amazing, magnificent, and unique. But most importantly, you are enough. Oh, y'all. So sweet. You are enough. You are meant to be here for a reason. You have a purpose. Okay? And you matter. You matter. We got wisdom. It says, see your adversaries as opportunities to expand your spiritual light. Oh my God, we were talking about that earlier. I'm not going to elaborate on that either. Enough said. And we got patience. This is be patient and allow destiny to unfold at its own pace. The Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. It's going to unfold the way that it's meant to at the time that it's meant to. Be patient. Allow things to happen the way that they're meant to, okay? This is what I have for you guys. I hope this resonated with you. And sorry that you had to hear my horrible analogies, and I don't even know what else to call them. I can't even think of what to call them right now. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, night, whenever you're watching this. I'm sending you guys lots of love on your journey. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, feel free to give this a like, comment, subscribe, hit the little bell button so you don't miss when I upload. And I hope to see you guys in my next one, okay? Take care of yourself.